Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to Garage Gossip. My name is Mara, and normally I would say we have to get started with the episode immediately because I have a shit ton to talk about. Today I cannot say that because honestly I had to scramble and really dive into everything to find some things to talk about. Yeah, yeah. I did find some stuff, but I don't know if this is gonna be a crazy long episode. Probably not. Probably not. um, but yeah, we're gonna talk about Japan a little bit, teeny tiny bit. I have one thing about Bahrain. So yeah, let's get started with today's episode. Alrighty. So yeah, Japan. Let's dive in immediately. Um, I did not watch FP1, which I really wanted to because okay, listen, it cannot be me. It cannot be only me that saw stuff of this online. I saw stuff on Instagram, on the F1 website, on TikTok about Dino Beganovic driving for Ferrari in free practice one during the Japan Grand Prix weekend. I was all excited because, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, Dino is now one of my two favorite drivers in Formula 2. The other one being Luke Browning, which they're teammates. I was so excited to see Dino drive in F1 because, a good outing in FP1 can actually do wonders for your career. Like, look at Ollie Bamman. Like, I don't know, but it can do wonders for your career. So I was so excited to see him. So I really wanted to watch free practice, but it was just so late, and it was very early, and I got home very late the previous day. So I was like, maybe I'll just rewatch it. The next morning, I wake up in time for FP2, so I did watch FP2. But I wake up and I go onto the results page on the F1 app. And I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing Hamilton and I see Leclerc, and I'm just like, what do you mean both Hamilton and Leclerc drove in FP1? Wasn't Dino gonna drive? Like, I was so confused. And then I needed to know, so I went on Instagram, I went on the F1 website, I went on TikTok, and I just looked at every possible like date that they could have posted anything about Dino Beganovic driving in FP1. Couldn't find anything anymore. Couldn't find anything anymore because I was like, maybe I just read the circuit wrong. Like maybe it was not in Japan. Yeah, not in Japan, but it was like in Bahrain or Saudi because F2 is also going to Bahrain and Saudi. I can't find it anymore. No posts, nothing. It's completely wiped off the internet. I cannot find anything about Dino Beganovic driving in Japan or Bahrain or Saudi during FP1 for Ferrari. So I'm just confused. Like, did I make this up? Or or not? Because I need to know whether I made this up or not. Because what the fuck? Literally, what the fuck? I was so excited. I was so freaking excited. But my dad was also talking about this, and I hadn't mentioned it to my dad, and I was like, you know who's driving for Ferrari in free practice? And he was like, yeah, Dino. I don't know his last name. I was like, yay! So my dad knew. So like, it's not possible that I made this up, right? I just don't know what happened. I I I don't know. I don't know. I was just very disappointed to see that Dino was not driving. That he didn't drive in free practice. But they did announce Dino. If this was not made up, they did announce that Dino would drive in FP1. So yeah, I'm thinking that they will let him drive in the other free practices as well. But I think every team is going to have at least two drivers driving free practice because this season is the first season where we will have 4 free practice sessions that have to be driven by rookies. So 4 rookie runnings per team, which means 2 runnings in every car. So like for example, for let's say Ferrari, since we're already talking about Ferrari, what I personally think that it's happening, I think that Ferrari is gonna let Dino do 2, and then they're gonna let Arthur Leclerc also do 2. That's what I think, but I don't know. But like, I feel like every team is gonna have 2 drivers at least. And yeah, you could say like, but Alpine has 4 reserve drivers, so each one can do 1. Not true. Franco cannot do any rookie runnings because he has already driven more than 2 Grand Prix. Same happened with Ollie Behrman last season. Ferrari still had to do one of their rookie runnings, but Ollie drove in Saudi then, and he then drove in, where was it? I forgot where it was. He drove a second Grand Prix, and that made it that he wasn't allowed to do any more rookie running sessions in, I don't know, Mexico, I think, because Ferrari wanted, like, they needed to do another rookie running session, and they wanted to do it in Mexico. But yeah, I think it was Mexico actually. But Oli wasn't allowed to do it, so they let Arthur do it. So yeah, Franco not allowed to do any rookie runnings, if you were wondering. So Alpine have 3 reserve drivers to choose between. They already have done one. I need to fill that in my bullet journal. My bullet journal. I don't know if I showed it to you guys yet, but it's on my TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, my TikTok handle is Spitlane Pages, just all in one word. Just yep. It's my TikTok is about Formula One. It's about books. It's about everything that I love, basically. But my whole bullet journal like layout is on TikTok. If you want to see it, go there. But I have a page in which I will like write down the rookie runnings because I love rookie runnings. I think that's one of the most genius things they ever implemented in F1. Like, I love it. I am a big rookie running fan, and so I was like, I should make a page dedicated to that in my journal. And now I will write down every rookie running session that's been done, what race, what team, what car, you know what I mean. Like, but I haven't filled it in for the past weekend yet because we had, and I'm gonna try to pronounce his last name, Ryo Hirakawa. Might be wrong there, but we had him drive FP1 for Alpine. He's also Haas's reserve driver. Like, they just announced it. He's also the reserve driver for Haas. So I feel like Rio might do some free practice sessions for Haas as well. They could also do let Enzo Fittipaldi do them, I think. Not Enzo. The brother. How? What's his first name? I forgot his first name. But the brother of Enzo Fittipaldi. That's so bad. Anyway, I've already been ranting about rookie running sessions for 8 minutes or so. Then, moving on, like I said, I did wake up for free practice too. Not intentionally, I just woke up and then I saw, oh, I can watch free practice too, so I did. 3 red flags in 1 free practice session. I was a little bit over it at the end, so I literally the last like a minute and a half did not watch it because I was over it. I was just so over it. It felt like it was taking so much longer than it normally is, which it's not possible because even though there were red flags, the time was still continuing to run. So yeah, it was still like the usual hour, but it felt way longer. It felt like 2-3 hours, and I was just like over it at the end. So yeah, the last 1.5 minute, 2 minutes, did not watch that. But I did watch the rest of it. The first red flag, because of Jack Doohan's crash, which that crash, it scared me a little bit. Like, I saw it, and then I saw Jack like getting out of his car, and he just stood up and with his hands on his halo, and he just stood there, and he swayed a little bit, and I was like, Jack, you okay? My heart was just, it was going pitter patter, pitter patter. It was insane. But Jack is okay. Obviously, he drove the Grand Prix. That's the most important thing. And even though the drivers on the radio say I'm okay, it can still be that they think they're okay because adrenaline is running through their body. But at the end of the day, they're not okay. So yeah, I was a little bit scared there. But you know, apparently, so what essentially happened is Jack. So we have the main straight, right, in Japan, and that is the DRS zone, and then we go into like the, what is it, right-hander, and you're meant to, if you full throttle, you're meant to like manually push the button to shut the DRS, but Jack didn't do it. He didn't do it. And why? The question is why. Well, apparently Jack tried it in the sim, like not shutting the DRS manually and just letting it go. And you could take it with your DRS, like you could take the corner with your DRS in the sim. So Jack felt the confidence to do that in real life, and then he figured out, oh, actually, you cannot do that, because he went straight into the wall, and it was a big, big crash. Yeah, that's essentially what happened. Yeah. What were the other red flags? The second one was for Fernando Alonso stranding in the gravel, and I was like, okay. And the third one was for the grass on fire. Yeah, okay, okay. Then we go on, we move on, we skip. I'm just thinking, do we skip qualifying? We skip free practice 3 because I did not watch it and I don't know what happened in that. Then we go, then was qualifying. Is there anything that I remember from qualifying? Because I didn't write anything related to qualifying down, but I'm just now thinking maybe there's anything I can remember. The big thing that I remember, Liam Lawson being in front of Yuki Tsunoda. I mean, Yuki, his free practice sessions, great. And like the first part of like qualifying, Yuki was always so close to Max, so I was feeling very confident that he would be in the top 10. But he wasn't. He wasn't. The other, what was it, three mid teams, three mid teams were just a little tiny bit better. And I mean, it was just his first weekend in a Red Bull. So I don't feel like we can judge him on that. I know people are judging him on that, but I feel like we shouldn't, right? We shouldn't, because it was his first weekend. So let him, get used to the car firstly. Well, we should have let Liam get used to the car first as well, but yeah, I wasn't the one who made the decision to fire him. Well, demote him, essentially. Anyway, that's everything I have on qualifying. Moving on to Sunday, Grand Prix Sunday. So before we jump into that very boring Grand Prix, which I don't have that much to talk about, let's talk about the national anthem. Because if you don't know, every race, every weekend on Sunday, the drivers come together on the grid and they, stand like on a line usually, or in like half a circle, for the national anthem of the country that they are in. And you've probably seen videos of like drivers speed running through the pit lane, and you're like, why are they running? Usually, they are running to not miss the national anthem, because if you miss the national anthem, you will get fined. Now, there was one driver that did miss the national anthem this weekend, and you're like, who was it? Well, it was Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz, listen, he had to go to the toilet, which, and this is very important, a medic, a medic, literally like a medical person, like he knows what he's talking about. He has said that the reason Carlos Sainz had to go to the toilet during the national anthem was medical. It was a medical reason. But still, the FIA is like, we cannot let you miss the national anthem and not give you a fine. So Carlos Sainz has been given a 20,000 euro fine, or dollar, I think euro, fine, with, if he misses the national anthem again this season, he will be fined another $20,000, but, or euros, but it would also include an extra 10,000 because, it's just like to make sure he doesn't do it again. Yeah. It was a medical reason. Listen. If a driver misses the national anthem for a reason that is not medical, or, if for example, they left their garage too late, or they just eating in their garage and they miss the national anthem. I get it. I get that you would give a driver a fine if that is the case. But a medical reason? I'm sorry. Basically, the FIA just said to Carlos, like, you should have come to the national anthem and just, pooped your pants, basically. Because then you wouldn't have gotten a fine. And now you have, because you went to the toilet. Like, guys, come on, like, make it make sense. Like, this, I don't know. Yeah. Just like, what the fuck, Like, what's the reasoning behind this? Yeah, I just need to put that. I need to talk about that because that was one of the only like things that I actually had that I wanted to talk about. Then we had the Grand Prix, which, listen, one of the most boring Grand Prix I've ever seen. I don't know how we survived. How we survived the whole season of 2023 with Grand Prix like this. The whole freaking season. Now it was just one Grand Prix. Then it was like 23 technically, because Carlos did. We had one exciting Grand Prix, but oh man, it was so boring. I went down to watch it downstairs with my dad in a couch and in the living room, and I was like, I was on my phone. I think I spent the majority of the Grand Prix on my phone. It was so boring. Oh my lordy lords. And like, we were waiting for like stuff to happen. And we thought maybe the pit stops. I mean, except for like the Lando and Max incident, which I don't want to talk about that. Max was, in my opinion, and I'm saying this is coming from a Lando fan. Max was right. I mean, if Max wanted to be friendly, he could have moved a little bit to the side because it was possible. He could have moved. It's not that he would have crossed a line that he wasn't supposed to. He could have moved and Lando could have squeezed next to him. But I do get that Max didn't, because Max was leading. Max was on the pit straight going out before Lando joined him next to him. So yeah, I think the FIA was very smart there to not give Max a penalty, because if they would have, man oh man, there would have been some angry fans. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, that was, I think, the only interesting thing that happened during the Grand Prix. We saw some overtakes, but not that many. I mean, the top 10 were literally the same drivers at the start of the Grand Prix and at the end of the Grand Prix that were in the top 10. With almost every driver in the same position, except for Isaac Hedjar and Lewis Hamilton, they switched around. I don't think we've ever had that before. I don't think I need to. That's a box that I will be adding to my bingo next season. Same drivers in the top 10 at the start and at the end of the Grand Prix, because I've never seen it, and I don't know if that happens that much, but yeah. We do have to talk about Yuki as well, obviously. First Grand Prix, which he started in P14, I think. Was it P14? Maybe not. I don't know, actually. I think, yeah, he did start in P14. Which, not a great position to start in. But whatever. He did make up 2 places, which you can say, yeah, well, 2 places in a Red Bull is not enough. Fair enough. He wasn't in the points. Fair enough. But he made up 2 places. And I don't think much more than that was possible. I don't think he could have made it to the top 10. Even if the Grand Prix was like triple the length. I don't think. Because there was nothing in the top 10, nothing was moving. They were all just, it was just like one big giant DRS train with sometimes a lot of gaps. Because Oli said in his like post-race interviews that it was a very lonely race, that it was like alone most of the time. So sometimes there were big gaps. So yeah. Bahrain Grand Prix, Yuki made up 2 places, which I think that was the maximum that he could have went up. He got past Liam Lawson, which I think that is for Yuki, like for his mental sake. I think that was a big thing to just get past Liam, because Liam started in front of Yuki, like literally in front. Yeah, that's everything I had on Japan. This episode is all so short. I don't know. Oh my god. Anyway, that's everything I had on Japan. There's 2 Bahrain related things that I have. The first one, F2 is back. Woohoo! Formula 2 has had their testing. Well, one of their testings, I think the past weekend or the weekend before that. Like the in-season testing, they've done run one race, which they didn't even actually like race because their feature race was cancelled. But whatever. They've done they're like in during the season testing, and now they're joining again in Bahrain. They're also going to Saudi, so double header for them as well, which is fun. Yeah, who is leading that championship right now? I think it's Joshua Dirksen. Yes, so Joshua Dirksen is in the first place. Leonardo Fonderoli is in second place, and Luke Browning, Babe Luke, is in third place. Yeah, that's that. And then another Bahrain related thing, and since we were talking about rookie runnings at the start of this episode, it feels only fitting to end the episode as well with some rookie running. Because before I started recording this episode, I was scrolling on Instagram just a little bit to see anything important on here that I can squeeze into the episode. Yes, because I came across a post of Mercedes that Frederick Vesti will drive in free practice during the Bahrain Grand Prix, which I am very excited about because I love Vesti. The season of the title fight between Theo Pocher and Frederick Vesti, that was my first season watching F2. Such a fun season. But it was also with like a lot of like, yeah, some guys that are now in Formula One, like Jack Doohan, Ollie Behrman, they were also in that season. It was such a fun season. That was a season that Fred Vesti and Ollie Behrman were teammates. Their dynamic, awesome. I loved it. Yeah. So I'm a big fan, huge fan of Frederick Vesti. So very happy to see him drive in Free Practice 1. And that, guys, that's literally it. Like, this episode is so short. But I mean, a shorter episode it doesn't hurt anybody, right? It's less editing work for me. Maybe that's a good thing, actually. Less editing work for me. I'm gonna make myself a matcha. I got matcha. Listen. This has nothing to do. Literally has nothing to do with Formula One anymore. But I have been craving a matcha for so freaking long. I don't know why or how. I think because I've seen it on like some YouTubers that I watch, like Sarah Caroli. But like they always drink matcha, and I normally drink like iced coffee. But I was like, it's not that well. It's like not that healthy. Let's change to matcha. So I went to pick up my matcha powder that I ordered yesterday, and I pick it up today. So I'm gonna make myself a matcha, and I'm gonna edit this episode, and I hope you enjoyed. Let's end the episode with a weird little matcha story. Yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was maybe not that interesting, but I still hope you enjoyed it. I hope next episode will be more interesting. I actually really hope. Actually, listen. There's one actual thing that I forgot to talk about, and that person is Kimi freaking Antonelli. Man broke 2 records, and I forget to talk about him. Oh my god. So, Kimi Antonelli has broken 2 records during the Japan Grand Prix. The first one is the youngest driver to ever lead a race. The second one was, I can't remember. I actually cannot remember. Wait, I have to think very hard about this. No, I cannot remember. If you want to know, go to the Mercedes Instagram account. They posted a reel of Kim's reaction to him being told which records he broke. But yeah, Kimi Antonelli, I keep being impressed. Like, I knew he was a good driver because I've seen him drive in Formula 2 last season. But he keeps impressing me more and more and more. And now I am waiting, like patiently waiting for a Kimi Antonelli podium. Yeah, because I know it will happen this season. I know it will happen. It has to happen. Listen, Kimi Antonelli is currently still fifth. Yeah, fifth in the Drivers' Championship. We have Lando in P1, Max in P2 with only 1 point between them, so that's very interesting for next race as well. Then we have Oscar, then we have George, and then we have Kimi. Fifth! Rookie season, he's already fifth. Yeah, he is so impressive, and he keeps impressing me, and I think a lot of other people, so I'm very excited and curious to see what else he can do. That being said, now I'm gonna make myself a matcha, and I'm gonna end the episode here, and I hope you enjoy your Grand Prix. I hope you enjoy whatever you do this weekend. So yeah, you on YouTube, you will see me again next week. You in Spotify, you will hear me again next week. Bye!